Hi, good morning. This is Mangalnath here again. Today I would like to show you something different. I have a fish pond here and I have got a lot of koi carps in this. I will just show you the video of the fishes. I have a problem in this pond. The water becomes husky, it becomes green, and there is no proper filtration. Of course I have put an aerator into that, but still the water is not very healthy. Because of the unhealthy water, the fishes don't surface up. Only when I feed them, they come, eat and they go back. And that's not a healthy sign. The fishes should be coming to surface whenever you call them. So what I have done is, I have decided to make a filter for the tank, apart from the aerator what I have. I will just show you how I plan to do the filter today. This is how I have planned to do my filter to the tank. These are two halves of a plastic barrel. I have cut the barrel vertically into two halves, and the first half and the second half. I have mounted both the halves on a stone culvert so that the barrels are placed properly in the stand. The first barrel on top is almost 6 inches above the first barrel. The two barrels are placed one above the other, reason being very simple. The water from the tank will be pumped into the first barrel. The water will pass through layers of gravels and stones and sand and then come down to the second tank. From the second tank, the purification happens and it will go back to the tank. So there will be a continuous circulation of water. This is how the filtration will happen. I will just show you how I will lay the tank now, and then I will show the final process. Now, since the barrel doesn't have any temper on the sides, since you have cut the barrel, I have made a wooden frame support so that it holds on to the edges of the barrel. Otherwise what will happen is the barrel will bend off or they will sag outwards as you fill the sand. This was my mistake which I done in the past. Therefore I have removed and I am refilling it again. You need to put a frame like this to the barrel so that it holds on to the side, or you need to make a metal frame and put it around the barrel. There is a drain pipe in the center of both the tanks. Now this is basically to drain the excess water. I will show you what happens when there is excess water, or when you think that you have to drain the silt, you can drain it from here. Both tanks have the drain pipe. So this is how it looks like from the bottom, which will not be used regularly, but to be on a safer side, because once you start loading or once you have filled a tank with the gravels and stone, the tanks will become very heavy and it will be difficult to clean later. Now this is how I have made some 3 instruments for us. This is one pipe here, L-shaped pipe. I fixed the cone on top. Now what happens is the pond water will come into this, go down this pipe, come out of this and come out these holes. Now this, when it is embedded in soil, all these pores will get blocked. So what I have done is, I have used another pipe here which has got holes in one end and which has got cut marks in the other end. Now this pipe will go into this like that, and this whole unit will be embedded in soil till here. So what happens is, when the water falls into this, the water from the tank, the dirty water from the tank will go into this, come out of the holes there, then come out of these holes, and these water that comes out will get filtered through the soil layer, and the excess water will be drained out through this pipe here. So this fitting will go like this. This unit will go here, this unit will go into this, this will be embedded here till in the soil, this will be filled with gravels of different level, and the water will come out to that. So now we will start assembling the tank. Very simple. What we will do is, this is the pipe, this is the inlet. I will just keep it here and I will just slide this pipe, which has got also holes into that, into this, and mount it in the center of the tank. Now what we need to do is, we will cover this with bigger stones so that when the water flows out of the tank, there is enough space for the water to come out of the filter and get settled in the tank. Here what happens is, as you see, in the bottom we will fill heavy stones, bigger stones. As we come on to the top, we will start filling smaller stones. So the water from this This is the inlet. The water comes from the tank into this. It will come out these holes. It will ooze out here, and there is a layer of bigger stones. It will filter through smaller stones, and then we'll put sand on top. The water that is filtered from top to bottom will go out to that exit hole. It will go down and come down to the second tank. Now second tank we have not filled as yet. Second tank, what we will do is we will do another mechanism, but let me finish filling this. Let's pack this well. This will be completely covered. Make it strong and sturdy. Make place for the water to flow. Keep this duct semi-open. I keep some space for that so that it is not blocked. So here we have mounted this. We have not filled this with gravel. So again I will repeat, the water will come from here. It will go through this. It will come out. It will fill from that hole. It will come into this tank, this pipe, and it will come to the tank 2. Now what I will do is, I have a similar thing like what I have done in the tank 1, the funnel pipe with holes. There's holes here and holes here as well. Now what I will do is, I will put this into this and place this here, like what I have done in the tank 1. And again I will try to fill this with stones like what I have done in the tank 1. To pack this right. Now all the waters from the tank 1 will come down to tank 2, and from tank 2 the filtered water will drain out. Let us come back to tank 2. Tank 2 also we have put the pipe like we have done in the first tank. Here there is an outlet. I have covered this with bottles with holes so that the water from there comes into the tank, fills here, gets toppled up, passes through the gravels, and then goes into this and comes out to the exit hole here. Here. We will fix a pipe to this, and this pipe will go into the tank. Now we have to take another size of gravels. Initially we have put these bigger ones in the bottom. We will go to these smaller ones. Just pour it on top of this, on the sides. Fill the tank. I will fill this and I will show the video later. Now the bigger gravels and the medium gravels is done. We will fill this with sand. Now let us come back to the tank 2, the second filter tank. So all these gravels will go above the bigger stones, cover it. Okay, now the tank is fully ready. The top layer filling is also done. The inlet is here. The outlet is here. It comes to the lower tank, and then the water gets filled, and there is a air space for here, and the outlet is here. Water will go into the tank. Now before we do that, before we let the filtration system start, we need to clean the tank because there will be a lot of dust and soil. So let us wash the sand off. Let us try to fill the tank once, remove all the drain and silt and dust from the surface and mud from the surface. It's literally a washing. Otherwise what happens is the moment you start cleaning the tank or you start the filter and let the water go into the tank, all the mud will go into the tank. So let us first clean it off once, wash it thoroughly, and then start the actual water cycling process. There will be a lot of dust and sand and unwanted particles. So we need to clean this for once, all the mud will drain. There's two ways of cleaning this. Either we can fill the tank completely and then open the drain pipe here, or we can let the normal circulation happen. So we have kind of rinsed this and let the outlet into the bucket so that we have the sand cleaned first. And now what we have to do is, I have already mounted a pump into the water tank. The pipe comes out from here. I made two valves just to regulate the water flow into the filtering, and the other portion goes out to the tank as shower so that it cools the water during the summer. Now what I need to do, I will just switch on the pump and let us see how the water will flow into the filter. You see the water is entering. Let me increase the speed here. Yes, so as I increase the speed, you can see the water rushing into the tank 1. It is slowly filling. Now all the dirty water from the tank 1 will come to the tank 2, get filtered. It will go through this pipe and I have left it out. Now once the filtered water starts coming clean, I will change the direction of this pipe and I will put it into the fish pond. You see the water has started accumulating in the tank 1. It is flowing into the tank 2. Nothing on the surface. It will just come into this and then go out. Right now all the dirty water is coming out because of dirt in the soil. Once it is cleaned, I will show you the final image. You see the water quality now? It's become crystal clear. You can see the water here. So clear. So all the water that is coming from the tank through the pipe into the filter gets filtered through the gravels, comes on the surface, comes to this pipe, comes down to the tank 2, gets filled, again goes to the bottom, and then the water comes out to the exit pipe. I have just kept this water for you to show you the difference between what water we had earlier and what we have now. You can see the crystal clear water flowing. Now I will connect this tap to the pond. You see the two layers of filtration that is happening. The water inlet goes from the tank to the filter and then back to the pond. The water is very murky and you don't see any fishes here because of the poor water condition. I hope the filtration will help clean the pond. Hereby call my guest. Hope the water tank is clean and then we can have a better view of this. Thank you.